Sympathy, Personal Rebuttal, Part 2. So, I wanted to continue. If you didn't watch the first part, well, technically first two parts, there's a video called Sympathy, and there's a video called Sympathy, Personal Rebuttal, Part 1. And I would suggest watching both of those, just because, you know. I wanted to mention a comment from Chris3443. Oh, my 4 favorite numbers. If someone is being deliberately dishonest and deceitful, I think there are times I would find it justified to laugh at someone. I am thinking specifically about politicians who, in a just and rational world, would only be laughed at for being so obnoxious and self-serving. Do you agree, or do you think even people should/can be pitied? Even evil people should/can be pitied. I find it hard to find a sympathetic angle for such things, and I want to address this in two parts. Two parts, indeed. One is whether or not mockery would be best in those situations, and two, whether or not, I'm shaking the pom-poms, whether or not you can have sympathy for these evil people. And in the, for the first part, whether or not mockery is the best angle. I really don't think it is. I don't spend a lot of time mocking presidents, and I'm not trying to say that whatever I do is correct. You know, I just never found it to be a big deal, and now I'm starting to put why that is into words. I don't spend a lot of time, like, because the picture that pops up in my head when I hear that is like sitting in front of a video, or like seeing him on the news and just going, man, how stupid could that guy be, you know? And I'm not trying to say that that's what you're doing, you know. It's just what pops up in my mind. I don't know if mockery is the still, I don't know if mockery is the best way to go for that. Why? I mean, if he's truly evil, why not just ignore him? Why not just not care? I mean, other than if it's something you, like if somebody's coming up to you and like, yeah, you're wrong, you know, and you have a discourse, why mock the other person? Why does it mean to get to that point, especially if it's a politician who, I mean, other than laws and stuff, you can ignore, essentially, and you understand that laws exist, and obviously you understand that he exists, but you can ignore him. You can ignore the personality of, you know, Obama or Bush or whoever, whatever, you know. And I just wonder why mockery comes into play there. It just seems like it creates a situation where you have to, not have to, obviously, but it creates a situation where you keep, because it seems like mockery wouldn't come about unless there's some sort of anger or some sort of hurt feeling that you get from this individual, let's say Obama or whatever. And it seems like the only reason that you would need to mock that individual is if you're constantly, you know, or however often you mock, but or if you're what was the word I was looking for? Oh boy, forgot the word. But exposing, exposing yourself to that corrupt, evil individual. So the question would be, why do you continue to expose yourself to that individual? Like, if somebody walks up, punches me in the stomach, I'm certainly not going to mock them because they're going to punch me again in the moment. But I'm not going to mock them later down in the road because one, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help. I want to experience, too, I want to experience that hurt. I want to experience that hurt for what it is and not project it. And not being I'm trying not to be accusatory or anything, but it's something to think about, and I'd love to hear your opinion. I want you to comment on this. But it seems like you experience the anger, and it's a true anger. It's a real feeling, or sadness, whatever. I don't know. But and instead of feeling it and saying, wow, I feel so hurt by this, or I feel so angry at this guy, I'm going to project it onto him and just call him stupid. And I mean, fundamentally, the guy is stupid. Fundamentally, the guy who punches you is evil and wrong and irresponsible and cruel. But if it's true that they're evil, then it's kind of abusive to go back and make fun of a person for it. It's like if a person is actually handicapped, then it'd be cruel to make fun of them. And I hope I made the point. If I didn't, let me know, and I'll go over it again. These videos don't cost anything to make, but I want to get onto the second point in the same video. But the sympathetic thing is that you can't feel completely sympathetic for the guy. You can't. I don't think that's possible. But you can definitely feel sympathetic for the situations that were out of his control. The child abuse, or neglect, or the propaganda that he received. You can definitely feel sympathetic for those. And it's an interesting question, because I wonder where to measure it. But I really feel like, oh, this is kind of sad, watching this guy. And it's sad that I'm talking about Obama. It's sad that he thinks that this is right, and these are the decisions that he made. It's sad that he has such bad father issues, and it's sad that the whole country is just in love with him. I mean, that's all really sad. At the same time, as far as the conscious decisions go, as far as the things that he did himself, he's stone evil. Stone evil. But I think it is fair to be able to feel some sympathy for evil people, because there are a lot of situations that are out of their control. I like Charles Manson. Let's take an example. And the reason I'm using it as an example is because I've never felt the need to make fun of him. Just because he's never really, I've heard of him. I watched a video about him. Like a 2-minute video or something. But I really feel sympathy for the guy. Like, he had a terrible childhood. He had a horrific childhood. And because of that, he was more, he gravitated more towards decisions that were, because of those situations earlier in his childhood, he was more influenced to make these cruel, horrible decisions. And those were his decisions, and he could have chosen to go otherwise, and for that, he's evil. But there is definitely some sympathy to be had for what led him to be influenced into that direction. Because I couldn't even think of going out and doing what he did. It wouldn't even cross my mind at any point. But for him, somehow it was able to pop up. And I might even make another video to this, but right now, goodbye.